Hello everyone, welcome back to Heileen 3. Is it like New Horizons? Because I thought Sailed Away was the first one. Let's go then, shall we? You feel much better now. You're full of energy and ready to get back to your daily activities. Read my book, 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 read my book. On the lookout, 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 on the lookout. Navigation is my thing, navigation is my thing, navigation is my thing, navigation is my thing. Whatever you're thinking of doing today, stop immediately. Why? We're sailing for a colony nearby. It will take 2 days to reach the destination. I see, thanks for telling me, I guess. Now find something useful to do. Ooh. Keep a logbook, keep a logbook, keep a logbook, keep a logbook. Let's get out some water. Read my books, read my books, read my books, read my books. Almost at high capacity for reading the books. Be the lookout, be the lookout, be the lookout, be the lookout. Navigation is my thing, navigation is my thing, navigation is my thing, navigation is my thing. Keep a logbook, keep a logbook, keep a logbook, keep a logbook. Do I have to do? I'll do navigation is my thing. Reba. La 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 la. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. There's certain things I don't want her to do. I don't want her to get dirty hands. La, look out, 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 look out. Read the bus, read the bus, read the bus, read the bus, read the bus. Morgan stopped by earlier to tell me that we're sailing to another colony. It'll take 2 days to reach the destination. Well, let's see what I can do then. Read my books, 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 yeah. Be a lookout, 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 be a lookout. Navigation is my thing, navigation is my thing, navigation is my thing, navigation is my thing. Keep a logbook, keep a logbook, keep a logbook, keep a logbook. Excuse me. Energy's getting lower. Look out. Keep it log, we'll keep it log, keep it log, we'll keep it log. Read my books, 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 read my books. Here you are, Heileen. Morgan, what's up? We're about to sail. It will take 2 days to reach the next colony. I see, thanks for telling me. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. I decided to take a break from work by looking at the beautiful horizon. It shouldn't be enough to make a young girl forget about her problems. Somehow I just couldn't. I'm too busy worrying about my best friend. Marie, just where are you? Laura, Otto, John and I and Mark are all here. Why can't we find you? Maybe because you're already dead? If you are, then I wouldn't know what to do. I heard someone approaching me and I turned around to see who it was. It was none other than Laura, wearing her usual smile that made people think everything's fine. Heileen dear, why are your eyes watering? Are you okay? Before I could respond, she answered her question herself. I think I know. Is it because of Marie? I nodded my head as the tears started spilling out of my eyes. Hey, don't be sad. We'll find her soon. I felt so down that not even Laura's words were able to comfort me. I continued crying and she watched me for several moments, unsure of what to do. Then her face brightened and she smiled at me. I have an idea. Laura pulled me into her cabin and started undressing. I stared at her in shock as my face flushed red. What are you doing? Laura pointed to a sexy dancing outfit that was very similar to hers. You'll be wearing that tonight. There's no way I'm going to wear that. Come on, dancing and staying with your friends is the best way to raise your morale. Tell you you're not a great dancer. But I'm not a very good dancer, Laura. There's no way I look as beautiful as you when I wear that dress. Humility. Laura brushed and gave me a hug. I am flattered, Heileen, but you have a really nice figure, you know, and besides, this isn't a competition. This is something that we'll do for fun. I slowly nodded in agreement. She handed me the dress. Now go ahead and put this on. Oh my god. I changed into the dress and started posing in front of Laura. No. She looked very excited and she cheered every time I struck a new pose. Then she stared into my eyes and I felt myself blush. Stop doing that, it's making me feel uncomfortable. Laura came closer and laughed. Sorry, I just can't help but notice how much you've grown. And she touched my chest, trying to push up my breasts. You're just a little too thin, though. I jumped in surprise the moment I felt Laura's hands on me. What was that for? Laura laughed again. Relax. Laura started dancing, teaching me the basic moves. Thankfully, I managed to pick up the steps very quickly. Well, you're a fast learner, Heileen. It seems you were born to dance. I laughed at her remarks and tried dancing some more. Laura's enthusiasm was contagious and I might have caught it. Wait, Laura, where are we supposed to dance? On the bridge under the moon in front of the rest of the crew. Isn't that just perfect? Laughing, I don't think I have the courage to do that. Really? Well, I think I have that under control. She brought some blankets to cover us, then she went out of her cabin into the kitchen. Once she arrived, I noticed Marco and John cleaning the place. Marco saw us first, and his face turned pale as that of a dead man's. John, there are ghosts on the ship. He pointed at the two of us and started screaming in panic. Marco, it's me, so be quiet. Laura uncovered herself and both Marco and John started ogling her shamelessly. Then Laura came over me to uncover me as well. Marco and John were both astonished to see me, and to my pleasant surprise the two of them were looking at me more than Laura now. We were organising a party with us as the main dancers, but Heileen is very nervous and needs some encouragement, so I hope you won't mind if I use this, Marco. Laura grabbed a bottle of rum that Marco set aside for cooking and proceeded to pour some of it into a glass. She gave me the glass and asked me to drink up. I obliged, and once I emptied the glass, she immediately filled it up again. Excuse me. Drink it. I drank it and Laura poured me a third glass and a fourth. I started to feel very warm inside. And Laura took the glass away from me. Excuse me. That's all that fizzy water. How do you feel? Sort of warm. You're ready. Laura kept the bottle of rum and pulled me on the breast. Marco and John immediately dropped their cleaning materials and followed us onto the bridge. The party started, and Laura and I started dancing. Everyone was so surprised to see me that I felt embarrassed for the first few minutes. When they started cheering, I let myself go and tried my best to imitate Laura's movements. I actually feel pleased to see all them watching me, John and Morgan in particular. Laura and I danced for hours, my eyes often crossing paths with hers, and whenever they did, Laura smiled and winked at me. I now understood why she did all this. She wanted to cheer me up, and I'm happy to say it worked. My depression has disappeared completely, and I was smiling during the entire dance. Truly, Laura's smile and enthusiasm are contagious. Once the dance ended, I went to Laura to hug her and give her a kiss on the cheek. Thank you so much, Laura. I feel better now. No problem. Just remember to come to me whenever you feel down, okay? Laura and I laughed as people left one by one. But in the end, John and Mark were still there, staring at us. Shoo, the show is over. There's nothing to see anymore. Bring my bug. Be a looker. I decided to have a quick stroll around the main square in the wiki town of Market of Port Royal. I'm sure we've been here before. It was a hot day, but I had Laura with me, so I didn't have to worry about getting tired or bored. Going here is really nice, isn't it? There are a lot of fascinating items on sale and a lot of interesting people to meet. I nodded in agreement as I watched a group of street artists happily performing in front of a crowd of people. Laura and I were so busy watching that we didn't realise we were blocking someone's path. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. When the woman passed by, I noticed she was holding some kind of canvas and looked really excited. Laura must have been curious too, because she stopped her. Dear, before you go, can I see what you're holding? Of course, here you go. She showed us a sketch of her made with carbon pencils. Wow, that is a wonderful likeness. Indeed it is. Young lady, where did you get this? Oh, I'm sorry, I have to go. Excuse me. The young woman rushed off before Laura and I could get an answer. I guess she was in too much of a hurry. Heileen, do you know where she could have gotten something like that? I'm sorry, Laura, but I don't. Hey, miss. A young boy who seems to have been listening to our conversation approached us. Yes? I know where that lady got the portrait. Want me to tell you? I'd be grateful if you did. I will, but you have to give me something first. He held his hands out to Laura as a playful smile plastered on his face. Sure thing, I think I have a few gold coins for you right here. What the? A few gold coins? That's not very much. This is not enough. Give the boy some of your money. Okay, wait here. Laura looked through her pockets. After a few minutes, she looked up in defeat. Oh no, I'm sorry, but I don't have any more money with me. Don't worry, here, I have some with me. You can have it. Charity. The boy smiled and counted all the gold he got from us. Yeah, I've earned a lot. Hey, don't be too greedy, okay? Sorry, miss. Now tell us what you know. There's a really good artist down in the alley over there. His portraits are great, and he's really popular, even if he only got here a few years ago. The young boy's directions led to a small art shop. We entered and saw a man talking to a young girl who looked like a customer. I want to have a portrait drawn too. Of course, if someone as pretty as you, it would be easy. No, not me, a portrait of my father. I see. Laura and I moved closer so we could see the man's face. I don't know why, but something about his voice was familiar. I felt like I had heard it somewhere before. I think you should have a portrait too. I'm always most inspired by young and beautiful girls such as yourself. So if you could just... The man turned around, and when he saw us, he stopped talking. Laura? Jonathan? The two of them screamed at the exact same time, shocking me, both me and the young girl. The young lady was more shocked than I was, though. She walked out of the shop the moment Jonathan and Laura hugged. Heileen, you remember Jonathan, don't you? He was the artist who made a portrait of me many years ago. I blinked my eyes in confusion. I'd really met Jonathan before? I thought that only happened in my dream on the island. Did that really happen, or is it just my imagination? I remember you, Heileen. I saw you once when you were younger. You were really cute back then. Really? Yeah, but I don't think you're very cute anymore. And what is that supposed to mean? It's because you've grown up. It would be better if I called you beautiful rather than cute. I found myself blush at his words. But you're really cute when you're blushing, so I'm afraid I don't know what to call you anymore. Enough of that. What are you doing here anyway? You see, since none of you come back home in a while, almost everyone in Liverpool feared that something bad had happened. Since I was really worried for my brother John, I decided to sail on a ship to look for you. But unfortunately, we were attacked by pirates a few years ago. All of the men with me either got killed or captured. I was one of the ones who got captured, but the pirates spared my life because of my artistic skills. They dropped me here in Port Royal and established my own workshop to make a living. Laura and I looked at each other when Jonathan mentioned John. You don't have to worry about your brother anymore, Jonathan. Why? We're travelling with Morgan the pirate, and John is with us too, working as a ship boy. Jonathan smiled, but then a look of worry dawned on his face. For pirates? You guys are with pirates? Don't worry, they're good pirates. Alright, I will trust you, Heileen. If what you're saying is true, can I go see John? Of course, he's your brother after all. The three of us left for the ship, and once we arrived, Morgan greeted us with a frown. Who are you? My name is Jonathan. Morgan looked him over from head to toe like he did when he first saw John, and frowned even more. Is he a friend of yours, Heileen? I don't even recall you ever talking about someone named Jonathan. Well, you see, he's not really my friend. He's actually... Jonathan, is that you? John arrived on the scene and approached Jonathan. Hey, how you doing? They gave each other a high five. A bright smile appearing on their faces. What are you doing here? It's actually a long story. As I watched the two brothers talk and laugh, Morgan tapped me on the shoulder. Heileen, is he John's brother? Yes, the resemblance is very striking, isn't it? Very, they almost look like twins. I think they are. Well, is he a good ship boy too? We could always use some more extra hands on the ship. I was about to answer his question when Juliet arrived, beating me to it. He isn't. He's actually an artist. Turning him into ship boy is not a good idea. Juliet stared at him like she had met him somewhere before. Jonathan turned towards us, saw Juliet, and ran to her with an even brighter smile on his face. He knelt in front of her and grabbed her hands and started kissing them like crazy. Gosh, I've never seen anyone do that to Juliet before. Juliet must have been too surprised for that because he just stood there staring at Jonathan. Hey, what do you think you're doing? No man can ever get away with that. She's the pirate who decided to spare me. I owe her my life. Oh, she's one of the pirates who attacked you before. Yes, when the pirates captured me, Juliet was with them. She told them to spare my life when she learned that I was an artist. I answered Juliet in confusion since I'd already assumed she worked for Morgan. She averted her eyes as if worried a touchy subject would be brought up. While considering her personality, I wondered if she temporarily left Morgan for a dispute of some sort. I even made her a portrait as thanks. Jonathan's voice snapped me back to attention. Ah, now I know who made the portrait Juliet always keeps in her cabin. Shut up. Juliet kicked Jonathan away from her and walked away. She must have been furious because she was walking very fast. Was she really angry, or was she just embarrassed? I looked at Jonathan and saw him still sitting on the ground, his face contorted in pain. Juliet must have kicked him pretty hard. Help him up. I ran towards him and offered my hand. He kindly accepted it and I helped him stand up. Are you alright? Yes, luckily she didn't kick me hard enough to knock me off the ship. I see, well, would you like to travel with us? Really? I thought you'd never ask. I turned to Morgan for his approval. You can come only if you can make yourself useful. What the? This is so unlike Morgan. He usually has no problem letting my friends come with us. Oh, I almost forgot. He has to show the other crew members that he's still their leader. And he's the one who's calling the shots around here. Well, his condition is fair enough. So maybe Jonathan will be able to do it. I'll pay you. I can earn a decent amount of money with my artistic skills. Whenever you guys stop in the colony, I'll work very hard and use the money I earn as payment for staying on board. I don't have a problem with that, but are you insane? No. Why? No one sane would pay to travel with pirates. But if that's what you want, I'm not going to stop you. Read the box, read the box, read the box, read the box. Navigation is my thing. Navigation is my thing. Navigation is my thing. I did a lot today. I'm so tired. I was leaving for my cabin to get some rest when I spotted a group of pirates near my cabin door. Among them were John, Morgan, Jonathan and Juliet. John saw me watching them and he waved his hand as if asking me to join them. I shook my head and gave him a tired look. Couldn't you see I just wanted to rest? Morgan looked up at John and tilted his head upward to see where he was making no signs. He saw me, smiled and said something I couldn't make out to his fellow pirates. All of them listened to him intently, and when he was done, a huge and painful smirk appeared on all their faces. Some of them even called my name very, very loudly. Wow, now all of them are probably up to something. I may as well find out what it is. Just what on earth did Morgan tell them, anyway? So the beautiful princess of the sea finally joins us. All of the other pirates laughed at John's words. Now I know why Juliet wanted to kill your brother, John. Huh? If Jonathan's poetry skills were as good as yours, I'm sure she would have killed him by now. But look at you for him. Instead of being a poet, Jonathan expresses himself by being a painter, and an excellent one at that. All of us laughed at Morgan and Juliet's remarks, and John looked a bit offended. Anyway, Heileen, you should join us, even if it's just for a little while. Yeah, having a good long chat with your friends will help relieve the stress. Sure. I decided to join them. Once I settled down, John moved closer to me. Morgan and the other pirates were telling stories about legendary pirates of the past, but as interesting as it sounded, I couldn't concentrate on it because John's presence was distracting. He was very close, and he even put his hands on my shoulders. Let me give you a massage. You look very tense. I'm not really in the mood, but he's trying to be kind. Should I be patient and make him happy, or... No, I want to be left in peace. Not after what you attempted to do when I rescued you, John. No thanks, I'm fine. John ignored what I said and proceeded to give me a massage. Stop it. John ignored me again. I can feel my temper rising. I'm sure you'll be thanking me when we're done. I wanted to shout at him and push him away, but I couldn't. I didn't want to ruin their conversation. Get off. Just relax, okay? That's it, I've had enough. I grabbed John's ear and gave it a hard yank. Now, are you going to get off or not? John cringed and simply whimpered in small agreement. I released him. Okay, maybe that massage wasn't a good idea. I'll be leaving you alone now. Good. You've really changed, haven't you? I ignored his question and directed my attention back to his. To my surprise, all of them had gone quiet and were watching the two of us. It was a short moment of awkwardness, then all of them had started laughing at John. Tough luck, John. It seems that the little lady isn't interested. John didn't react, but he had a look of disappointment on his face. Seeing it made me feel a little guilty, but I think this is what he deserved. He should know how to respect a woman. After a few hours, yawns. Aren't you guys being tired? Yeah, we should all head back to our cabin and get some sleep. I agree. Everyone bid each other good night, and we finally headed back to our cabins. Rest. Everybody. I was eating my meal when Michael came out of the kitchen enthusiastically called for everyone's attention. What is it? I found some very good vegetables in a colony nearby. Really? Yes, they're so nice that I decided to make a new dish. Roasted vegetables. Roasted vegetables. You know most of us won't eat something like that. Yes, Marco, cook something more appetizing. Each and every one of them complained about how bad it would taste. Marco then furiously turned to me. Heileen, try this and tell them it's good. Why me? You are not very picky when it comes to food, unlike some people. He handed me the dish of roasted vegetables. All of them were cut into cute little cubes of roughly the same size. Wow, it smells great. Then try it. I picked one up and ate it. As expected, it was delicious. Everyone watched me as I chew and swallow, but I'm not sure I want to share this with everyone yet. Tell them it tastes great. It's one of the tastiest things I've ever had in my entire life. Temperance. See, I told you so. I bet all you feel foolish for not believing me, huh? Robert, John, Otto instantly came to try it as well, so Marco rushed to the kitchen to prepare more. Marco's new dish was a big success and everyone ate plenty. After our meal, I went to the bridge for a walk with Laura and Otto. That dish was great, wasn't it? I can't believe Marco could cook something. I braced myself against his long and seemingly endless rant about the food. After it had gone on for a while, Laura grabbed me and let Otto move forward. We watched him walk on, still praising the food, not even noticing that he was now talking to himself. So, Heileen dear, how are you doing? I'm fine, thanks. So, got any cute little boyfriends lately? It was so embarrassing I wasn't able to choose my words really carefully. Mind your own business. Laura looked at me like I just slapped her. I'm sorry, well, John wanted to pull a fast one on me when I found him, and Morgan has been really helpful and polite. I'm not sure if he has any feelings for me, though. I told her everything about John and Morgan, and when I was done, she gave me a gentle smile. Well, it's all up to you, though I'm sure you'll pick the right person. She paused for a moment, then continued talking. You know what, Heileen, I'm so envious of you. Why? You shouldn't be. You have a lot of things I don't. She sighed and she explained everything to me. It's your freedom. You have the freedom to choose among several young and handsome boys. Speaking of young and handsome boys, what do you think of Jonathan? Jonathan, he's nice, but I was about to tell her what I thought of Jonathan when we heard a commotion behind us. We turned around to see what it was. Just one portrait and that's it. No, please. I said no. Pretty please. No. Just a single one and then I'll leave you alone. What part of no don't you understand? We can't let your beauty go to waste, Juliet. Jonathan caught up to Juliet and grabbed hold of her arm. What the hell? Do you want me to throw you to the sharks? Please, Juliet. Get your hands off me. I won't. Leave me alone. Juliet tried to shake Jonathan off, but she winced in pain. He must have had a really tight grip on her. Want me to cut that hand of yours off? Let's go. I'll let go if you turn that no into a yes. Okay, I'll let you draw me. Yes! The moment Jonathan let go of her arm, Juliet quickly ran away. What the hey? Laura and I laughed as we watched Juliet push everyone out of her aid, desperately trying to get away from Jonathan. I think there's no need to explain your situation with Jonathan, dear. As we walked on the bridge a bit more, eventually we ran across Abile and Robert. Hey, Heileen, do you want to go with us? Where? On land, of course. We need to get more fruit and vegetables for Marcus since we ate too much earlier. Sure thing. I'm sorry, Laura, but I have to go. It's okay, have fun. If you meet any young boys, be sure to introduce me, okay? Laura. Gee, I'm kidding. They're all yours, of course. I sighed as I joined Abile and Robert. Wow, it's nice here. We arrived in a beautiful rural area. It was a peaceful place, and the view was simply stunning. The merchants would be somewhere over there. Let's go. Abile, while you and Robert are shopping, can I have a look around this place? Of course, we'll meet up here later, okay? Thanks. I left Abile and Robert, and after a bit of wandering, found myself walking in a spacious garden. There were a lot of beautiful red plants around here, but I didn't know what they were called. So I decided to approach a girl with her hair in 2 long braids. She had her back to me, so I raised my voice a bit to ask my question. Excuse me, what are these red plants called? In response, the girl dropped the cask of flowers she was holding, and she stayed still for a few seconds. Hey, you alright? The name is Hibiscus. The girl turned to face me, and I saw the face of the person I longed to see the most. Murray? I stared at her in shock, unsure of what to do, and she did the very same thing. So I decided to break the silence between us. I finally found you. She smiled and ran towards me, and the two of us started crying cheers of joy as we gave each other kisses on the cheek. I thought I'd never see you again. Me too, after the shipwreck I thought all of you were dead. Marie hugged me and finally stopped crying. Then she took a good look at me and laughed. Gee, stop crying, you're a huge crybaby, aren't you? Hey, you were crying too. Ha! I miss you so much, Marie. I miss you too, Heileen. So what happened? How did you get here, and why are you wearing a pirate outfit? Hey, one question at a time. Sorry. I told Marie everything, from how I landed on a desert island with Abile and Robert, to how Morgan the pirate found me and how found everyone else. You're the only one who's still missing up till now, you know. I see. Well, I'm so happy you found me, Heileen. Yeah, now all of us are finally together again. So, does it mean I can go out with you and the pirates? Of course. Yeah, but I still want to come back here to visit. I like working here. Don't worry, I'll be able to come back here sooner than you think. We'll mostly just take short trips between islands. I'm sure we'll be able to pass this one from time to time. Okay then, count me in. Now let's go. I still have to finish gathering all these flowers. She looked at me like she was asking for my help. Help her. Let me help you, Marie. We have to finish this fast because I have to tell Robert and Abile that I found you. Marie and I hastily gathered the flowers, and once we were done, Marie put them all in her cask. I still have to bring these to the merchant nearby. I'll catch up with you in a few minutes. Okay, I'll be at the docks. Alright, and see you later. Okay. I went to where Robert and Abile were, and I was supposed to meet. What took you so long, Heileen? We were getting worried. I'm sorry, but I have good news. What is it? I found Marie. Really? Yeah, she should be at the docks in a few minutes. Oh, so everyone has been found now. I know, right? It makes me want to jump with glee. It being a Robert both smiled at me. We are so happy for you, Heileen. But I have to thank you. If it weren't for you guys, wouldn't have found her. Now let's go to the docks. Marie should be there really soon. Sure thing. We headed back to the docks, and sure enough, Marie arrived shortly after we did. So we're going now? Yes, we were just waiting for you. Oh, Helene, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what a pirate ship looks like. The four of us finally made our way to the ship. Once we arrived, the first people who saw us were Otto and Laura. Hey, Laura, is that Marie? It is, Otto, it is her. Laura and Otto ran towards us and hugged Marie, tears forming in all of their eyes. Morgan and Juliet watched the scene, and Juliet yet again had an annoyed expression on her face. What is up with all these tears? It's ridiculous. Crying is an essential part of human life, Juliet. It helps us express our emotions, so no one must not be ashamed to. If you don't shut your mouth in the next 5 seconds, I am going to kick you so hard that you'll be crying soon. Good evening, you must be Heileen's best friend, Marie. Yes, I am. Morgan held out his hand and introduced himself. My name is Morgan. I'm the captain of this ship. Marie accepted his hand and shook it. Nice to meet you, but is this the first time we've ever met? You look familiar, and I feel like I've met you before. Morgan laughed and didn't let her go of Marie's hand. A lovely lady such as yourself doesn't have to resort to pick-up lines in order to catch my attention. But I swear I've seen you somewhere before. Morgan laughed some more, and I smiled at his meagre attempt to distract Marie. But my smile instantly disappeared when Morgan kissed Marie's hand. Marie blushed furiously as Morgan finally let go of her hand. Marie looked at me and turned away, for fear of seeing my annoyed expression. Why did Morgan have to do that? He didn't do that when I met Laura. Heck, he didn't even do that when he met me. As if to add insult to injury, Laura came close to me and commented how much cuter Maria has become. Maria has grown into such a beautiful woman, hasn't she? Yeah, I guess so. Is she single? I don't know, maybe. She hasn't told me anything about guys. Well, it looks like there's a new competitor for you on board, dear. She winked at me and walked away, and I was left alone to think about what she said. Oh, the ship is moving. We're leaving this colony already. Well, I better think of what to do on board for the trip duration then. Oh. We'll keep it low, we'll keep it low, we'll keep it low. Good navigation, navigation. Navigation, blah 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 blah. Why me? Why now? Why on a hot day like this? Otto gave me the task of buying some rum and fresh fruit for Laura at the local market, and since everyone was too busy, no one was able to accompany me. Luckily, it was a small colony and the market was quite small, so I was able to find everything I needed quickly. But not so luckily, the sun was shining very brightly today, causing everything to be so very hot. Everyone told me they were busy, but I think they just didn't want them to suffer the heat of the sun. Speaking of suffer, I don't feel so good. I'm getting dizzy. Oh no, I think I need to get to the ship, and fast. I tried to walk back to the ship, but my head started to spin, and I felt my unconsciousness slipping away. Oh, soft. I feel really comfortable when I'm out in the sun. It feels great. Wait, where the heck am I? I opened my eyes and found myself in a very unfamiliar room. As I tried to get up, my head started to spin all over again, so I lay back down. After a few minutes, I heard footsteps approaching. Oh man, I hope it's not someone dangerous. The door slowly opened and I prepared myself for the worst. A half-naked man entered the room and I felt my cheeks getting warmer. The man who just entered was really good looking and his body looked very well built. Good looking. He looks like a potato. Potato face. Some fucking mango face. But no matter how good looking he was, I must not let my defences down. Alright, honey, you're sick in bed and you're alone in a room with a muscled half-naked man. What defences are you talking about? Damn it, what on earth am I thinking? Whatever. I must not let him get too close to me. Don't come any closer, I'm warning you. The man laughed and came closer, ignoring what I said. Didn't I just warn you not to do that? Don't worry, you're safe, I won't hurt you. Oh, my name is Sebastian, by the way. This man looked and acted friendly, but should I believe what he says? Believe him. My name is Heileen. Nice to meet you, Sebastian. Patience. Likewise. Yeah. As much as I want to stay and talk, I have to go. My friends are waiting for me. You can't, you're still too weak to move right now. You need to rest. I'm fine. No, you're not. You can barely sit up. What happened anyway? I saw you faint and no one was there to help you, so I carried you to my house to get you off the... Before Sebastian could finish talking, we heard a loud noise and the door broke open. Jack burst into the room and Morgan, Juliet and Robert following closely behind him. Jack grabbed hold of Sebastian and pulled him away from the bed. Hey, easy on the grip, man. What were you planning to do to her? Nothing, I swear. Well, Jack interrogated him some more. Morgan came over to me. Are you okay? I'm okay. Jack, please let go of Sebastian. He was only helping me. You sure? Yes. I doubt it. This guy is a well-known thief. Ah, look who's talking. The captain of the pirates himself. Watch your mouth. I'm not one of your men, so don't boss me around. Morgan glared at him and Sebastian glared right back. Robert, Juliet, Jack and I remained quiet as the two men continued their staring match. It looked like they wanted to strangle each other. But the tension between the two of them instantly disappeared when Elias entered the room. Heileen, what happened? Are you alright? I am. At least let me check your condition. Oh, okay. Everyone remained quiet as Elias gave me the checkup, eagerly awaiting for his response. It seems that you fainted because of the excessive heat. Maybe. Well, it's nothing. You should be fine by tomorrow. Thanks. However, you're lucky someone gave you shelter. If you stayed in the sun any longer, there would have been consequences. Morgan looked surprised for a moment, and he glanced over at Sebastian. It seems you did the right thing. I'm sorry. It's fine. I'd like to apologise as well. I didn't mean to insult you. Jack and Robert came over to help me stand up. Before I could take their hands, I noticed the mug seemed strangely light, so I took a quick look inside. The bottles of rum and fruit that I had just brought were all gone. I looked at Sebastian and he looked at me, then the bag, a worried expression on his face. He probably stole my stuff even if he seems really poor. What should I do? Didn't say anything. I didn't want any more trouble before Morgan and Sebastian, so I decided to just shrug it off. Is everything okay? I closed my bag and looked. We should get going now. I didn't need some more rest. Of course. Anyway, Sebastian. Wait, what is that? Morgan noticed Sebastian sitting on a swish-looking crate. Nothing. I was just sitting here the whole time. Can you tell me what's inside it? No, I mean it's empty. Morgan getting closer and Sebastian started to panic. Okay, it's not empty. It has some food that I reserved. Morgan shoved the crate off the crate and opened it. Inside the crate was all the rum and food that I'd just brought. Oh, Heileen. Oh, he did steal them after all. Eep. I covered my mouth. My outburst explains everything. Morgan laughed as fear dawned on Sebastian's face. You almost tricked us. That was quite a feat. Juliet smiled like she was almost amused, but I couldn't say the same for Jack. He looked furious. Coward. What? You live here like a coward, stealing from young and helpless ladies like Heileen. You despicable thief. Well there, I'm no thief. I'm an adventurer. I only stole the raw fruit because they were just too inviting. Morgan laughed and Jet's anger subsided. Since you are an adventurer, how would you like to join Morgan's crew? Morgan stopped laughing and stared at me in shock. Not a good idea, Heileen. Why? He's a thief. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, Robert. For all we know, it might be pretty useful. Besides, you wouldn't dare steal on a ship full of pirates, especially with Morgan for a captain. You'd have to be insane, or have a death wish, or both to do that. I don't see the point in bringing a poor thief on board, especially if it's someone as talentless as he is. Hey, guys, everyone should have a second chance, and you really help Heileen. We owe him a favour. Correction, Heileen owes him a favour. Everybody quiet. Sebastian stopped talking, and Juliet and Elias stopped arguing. Morgan then turned to look at Sebastian. It's alright, you can come on board if you want. Morgan shook his hand and I happily watched them. I don't know why, but there was something about this Sebastian guy that I like. Thanks, Morgan. He finished shaking Morgan's hand and then came close to me. I'd like to thank you as well, Heileen. Sebastian took my hand and kissed it, and I felt my cheeks getting warm all over again. I think we should go now. Heileen doesn't look very good. Oh yes, we don't want Her Highness to faint again, do we? Both Elias and Morgan glared at Juliet and she shut her mouth. Read my books, 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 read my books. Be a look, I 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 be a look, Navigation is my thing, navigation is my thing, navigation is my thing, navigation is my thing. Keep a log, but keep a lover, keep a log, but keep a lover, keep a log, but keep a lover. Oh my lord. Okay. I haven't found all of the friends I thought I did, but I haven't. Whew, what a day. I should go hit the hay. I don't want to wake up late tomorrow. Good night, Black. Night. I was about to turn off the lamp when I heard some knocking sounds. Coming. I opened the door and saw each and every one of my friends outside. Jack, Michael, Laura, all of them are here. Immediately slammed the door shut and rushed off to get dressed. What on earth are you doing? It's rude to just slam the door in people's faces. Just let me get dressed. Then hurry up. We have to talk. Wait, if you don't open this door in the next 5 seconds, I'm going to... Hush, Otto. She's too slow. I'll help her, okay? Now relax and let me do the work. Fine, fine. Heileen dear, let me in, I'll help you. No, I can do this by myself. You don't have to be shy, dear, now let me in. Laura forcefully let herself in and instantly shut the door behind her, a worried expression etched on her face. What's wrong, Laura? You look worried. You have found and recruited all of your friends, right? Yes, I even found some new ones. Why'd you ask? Otto wants to gather up everyone and resume their interrupted journey. Seriously? Yes. Oh, Heileen, what will we do? I don't know. Let me think for a little while. I sat down on the bed and thought. Thousands of thoughts swarmed my mind. I was so preoccupied that I didn't even notice Laura sitting beside me. Heileen, darling, I know you're thinking that it's a good idea, but it actually isn't. And why is that? Look, sweetie, our life here is beautiful. We have everything we need and more. We have freedom. I snickered as she said the word freedom. What's wrong? Yeah, we have freedom, alright. The freedom to flirt with as many young men as you can imagine. Laura smiled and continued talking. I ignored almost everything she said, but one point definitely stood out to me. We also have such a beautiful climate here. Now that she mentioned it, the climate here was indeed beautiful. The cloudy and misty skies of Liverpool were nothing compared to this paradise. Sorry. I think you're right. Nor ignore what I just said and continue the list. There's also... I grabbed her hands to make her stop. So we're going to stay? Believe me, Laura, I want to, but the decision is not up to me. It's all in Morgan's hands. Laura smiled again. You managed to convince him to aid you in a search for all of us. Surely you will be able to convince him to let us stay on board, no? As she said all this, she came close and started caressing my hair. You're so beautiful that no one could ever resist you, not even Morgan. I moved away from her, feeling myself blush. I don't think so. Come on, dear. Want me to teach you everything I know about convincing man? No, it's not that. It's just I wouldn't know what to tell him. My words were suddenly halted to Otto's incessant knocking and his even more incessant voice. Hey, how long does it take for a grown woman to get dressed? I'm coming, Uncle. Good. Laura and I finally came out of my cabin and Otto instantly started talking. As you can see, Heileen, a life with pirates is very difficult, not to mention very dangerous. So I suggest that we get back to our normal lives as soon as possible. I agree with your uncle, Heileen. Morgan is probably thinking of a plan to kick us all out anyway. I think we should make the first move and go before things get ugly. I agree with them, Heileen. We've been so lucky enough not to get involved in fights so far, but I'm sure this won't last forever. Oh man, I had to convince them that we could stay with the pirates. I didn't want to leave the crew just yet. Guys, I know that we can stay as long as we act like good people. But we are good people, Heileen. No, what I meant to say was... I'm waiting for your answer, child. You see, I already feel like I'm part of a crew now. And I'm sure that not only Morgan, but also the rest of the crew are getting used to having us on board. They consider us good friends, people that they can laugh with or ask advice with. If we were to disappear, then surely they would miss us. Each and every one of them remained quiet as they pondered my words. Surely I didn't give them a good reason for the whole crew to want to stay on board. And if they tried to say that to Morgan, the leader, might not want us here anymore, all I had to say was that Morgan wouldn't dare go against his crew. Everyone finally nodded in agreement. Well, everyone except for Otto. Those things don't matter. I want to get back to my old life. I was preparing myself for another debate in him when Laura stepped in front of me wearing a stern look on her face. You can leave if you want, Otto, but I will stay here. Otto stared at her, mouth slightly open. What will you do here, anyway? Look, Otto, our life here is way better than the one we had in the past. We'd be fools if we decided to leave this and go back to the old days. What makes you think that? Here we can do everything we want. Marco can cook any dish, Jess can cook all the wood he wants, John can be a sailor, Jonathan can continue being an artist. All of us can finally live our dreams, Otto. We're free from those ridiculous social constraints. But Laura, don't worry, Otto. You can still be a merchant here if you want. All of us turned our heads towards the direction of the voice, and we saw Morgan and Juliet coming out of the shadows. Have you been listening to the whole conversation? Of course, and you're right, Heileen. All of you are now part of the crew. You can stay. I'm afraid that I have to disagree, Morgan. Why, Juliet? The deal was that we help you find your friends, and now that they're all here, I don't see any more reason for you to stay. How in the world could she be so heartless? But won't you miss Marco's food, Juliet? Juliet blinked and stared at her while Laura continues talking. What about Honey's precious suggestions of us Neebeard's medical skills? What would you do without those? Laura was about to continue naming everyone and their purpose when Juliet cut her off. She gulped as she tried to say something like she was reluctant to actually say it out loud. Laura nudged her to go on. Come on, Juliet, out with it already. Okay, it's not like you're doing a good job, you are. Then why did you want us to leave? I'm going to be blunt here. Morgan deliberately avoids every sip to protect all of you. We run away from fights like cowards. That is not how pirates behave. Oh, now I understand why Juliet wanted us to leave. If everything went on like this, then Morgan's leadership would start to be questioned in Port Royal. I had to think of something quick. I looked at everyone on them for help, from Laura to Marie to John, but it seemed that they couldn't think of anything to say either. When I went to looked at Otto, our eyes met and he nodded. If you tell the other pirates that you're after a big treasure, surely they will understand, am I right? Everyone looked at Otto, shocked by his words. Explain. Otto took a deep breath and started talking. The real reason I started the trip was because I was going after certain treasure buried by my ancestors. According to my research, this is somewhere on one of the islands nearby. I don't know where it is yet, but I know that it's definitely worth a lot. It's something of incomparable value, a diamond as big as a million that would surely make everyone on board rich beyond measure. Morgan's eyes sparkled as Otto continued talking about the treasure, but Juliet smirked and raised her eyebrow. How do you know that you're not bluffing? Otto glared at her in such a starey way that it wiped the smirk right off Juliet's face. Seeing that Juliet had finally stopped questioning him, he pulled a diamond out of his pocket. It was not that big, but it clearly now had a lot of value. What you see here is just a little brother of the diamond I'm talking about. Juliet widened her eyes in surprise, and Morgan gave Otto a smile. That diamond would certainly grant me more than enough respect in Port Royal. So you're saying we can stay for now, just enough time to look for the diamond at least? Yes. I'll just tell them I'm avoiding fights because I'm after a precious treasure. Remember that I can't look for this diamond forever. I'll give you about 3 years, and if I haven't found it by then, I'll be forced to resume my old lifestyle. Sure, it's a deal then. Morgan and Otto shook hands while Juliet turned to belay at me. I guess I have to endure seeing you guys for a little bit longer. I know what she just said. I ran to Otto and hugged him. Otto blushed and stayed still for a moment, but after a few seconds he hugged me back. Meanwhile, Laura came over to us, crying tears of joy. I'm so proud of you, darling. I moved away from the two of them as they hugged each other. Thank you so much, Otto. I love you. I blinked in surprise upon hearing Laura's words. It's actually the first time I've ever heard her say that in public. All of us went back to our respective rooms as I walked into my cabin. Black woke up. Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I wake you up? Not really. I just wanted to tell you something. Okay. You have now been given 3 years to find out what you want to do with your life. If you look up on the screen, the deadline days is now shown. But that's less days than 3 years. Well, Morgan said about. You keep working hard on improving your skills, and if you reach level 10 of any of them, you'll be able to earn a profession. Wow, I never knew it was as simple as that. Just like in real life. Not so fast, Heileen. Your progress in specific professions will be influenced by the alignment to your virtues and sins, so don't get too cocky. What do you mean? For example, to become an abbess, you must reach level 10 in the faith skill, but also have a good value in the chastity virtue. There are 14 possible ending professions, each one associated to a skill and a virtue or a sin. You got it now? I see. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention the most interesting part. What is it? After you choose an activity to do on land, you can invite someone to go with you. Depending on their capabilities and whether they're experienced in the activity, you might get a bonus to your skill. But how will I know which person is skilled in what activity? Discovering who is good at what is activity is part of the fun. Don't make me spoil it. Okay, I understand. Thanks, Tutorial Cat. Black. There's another possibility though. You're not listening anymore. Oh, sorry. I'm just getting sleepy. Don't worry. I'll make it quick. If you happen to get very close to someone, you might get a very different ending because you have found the love of your life. Alright, I'll remember that. Thanks again, Black. Same here. And that's it for now. Join me again for more Heileen next week. Take care now. Have a lovely day. Bye.